Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master, and today we're diving deep into Invasion Season 3, Episode 9, the penultimate chapter before the finale. The show's third season has been divisive, sure, but this episode gives us everything fans have been waiting for. High-stakes confrontations, emotional reunions, shocking deaths, and a haunting setup for what's clearly going to be an explosive finale. So grab your neural dampeners and let's get into the full recap and ending explained for Episode 9 of Invasion Season 3.
Not real, okay? They're in your head, okay? But you can fight them. We can fight them.
The calm before the war. Episode 9 opens in the Dead Zone, the heart of alien territory, where the WDC unit has set up a makeshift camp. Their mission is simple, but suicidal. Reach the core of the downed alien mothership and blow it up once and for all. Meanwhile, Nikhil Kapoor is not focused on the mission right now. His priority is finding Mitsuki, who disappeared into the Dead Zone all alone in a previous episode. There's been no contact from her since, and Nikhil can't rest until he knows what happened. It's not just about duty. It's personal. Over the course of this season, Nikhil has gone from the cold, calculating corporate type to someone who actually cares. And his feelings for Mitsuki are now impossible to ignore. Despite his soldiers' warning that finding her in this vast, deadly forest is impossible, Nikhil pushes forward, confident in his technology and his instincts. He's using a tracker connected to Mitsuki's neural dampener, believing it's still active. The soldiers doubt it, suspecting the aliens could have interfered, but Nikhil won't hear it. He's brash, cocky, and determined. Classic Nikhil energy. Eventually, his obsession pays off. Deep in the forest, they find Mitsuki, unconscious, pale, and covered in blood. The sight rattles Nikhil. For a terrifying moment, he fears she's dead. He even lifts her shirt to check the wound, only to discover something disturbing. There's no wound at all. There's dried blood everywhere, but not a single cut, bruise, or bullet hole. Whatever happened to her doesn't make sense by human logic. The miracle and the mystery. The soldiers carry Mitsuki back to camp. She's barely breathing, but alive. That's when Anisha steps in, the closest thing they've got to a medic. She tends to Mitsuki, checking her vitals and examining her condition. Physically, everything points to massive blood loss and trauma. She should be dead, but her body? Completely healed. When Mitsuki finally wakes up, the mystery deepens. She insists she was shot by one of the Infinitas scouts just a few hours ago. We saw that moment in the last episode, where she fell bleeding and near death in the forest. But as we also saw, the gardener aliens, those strange root-like creatures, appeared and healed her. Now Mitsuki realizes it too. She whispers to Anisha that the aliens saved her. That's a huge turning point. Not just for Mitsuki's character, but for the whole philosophical conflict of the show. Mitsuki, once humanity's most ruthless weapon against the invaders, now sees them in a new light. She's starting to believe they're not purely destructive, that maybe there's something more to them. Of course, no one at camp wants to hear that. The soldiers see it as betrayal, a dangerous sign that Mitsuki has lost her loyalty to the human cause. But she fires back, pointing out what's been obvious for 3 seasons now. Humanity is its own worst enemy. She tells them the truth no one wants to admit. The aliens are united while humans are tearing themselves apart. And that disunity, not the aliens' power, might be what destroys us in the end. Travante's lost memories. While Nikhil is finding Mitsuki, Travante Cole is out on his own mission, searching for signs of the Infinitas militants. He's been haunted all season by gaps in his memory, flashes of the mothership, and the mystery of Caspar fate. During his patrol, Travante slips down a ditch and comes face to face with one of those glowing alien vines. The moment he touches it, his mind explodes with visions. He collapses, overwhelmed by the connection, and when he wakes up, he finally starts remembering what really happened on the alien mothership. This is one of the biggest reveals of the season. Back at the end of Season 2, Travante and Caspar entered the alien ship together. We saw bits of it, but much was left unclear. Now Episode 9 fills in the blanks.
After entering the ship, Travante had been paralyzed by the alien's defense system, pure psychological pain that made him believe he was being torn apart. But Caspar was there, reminding him it wasn't real. The aliens were attacking their minds, not their bodies. Together they pushed forward until Travante stabbed the ship's wall with the shard, that mysterious alien reactive material. It worked. The mothership began to react violently, its walls pulsing like living flesh. But the ship struck back, channeling its energy through Caspar. That's when everything went wrong. Caspar, already connected to the alien hive mind, started to change. The blue glow in his eyes returned, and the aliens took control. Under their influence, Caspar turned on Travante, trying to stab him with the same shard meant to destroy the aliens. Travante begged him to fight it, but Caspar was gone. The two struggled, and in a moment of confusion and desperation, Trevante accidentally stabbed Caspar, killing him. That's the guilt Travante's been carrying all along. The truth he'd buried deep in his mind. He wasn't just a survivor, he was Caspar's killer.
This isn't you!
The fall of the mothership. Before Caspar died, he briefly regained control. In his final moments, he grabbed the shard and drove it into the core of the mothership. The explosion that followed didn't just damage the ship, it caused it to crash. The shock wave threw both of them across the chamber. Travante was hurled into what he later calls a blind corridor, a section of the ship where the aliens couldn't sense him. He hid there for what felt like years, alone, unseen, and surviving only by instinct. That's how he lived through the fall of the mothership. But how he escaped and made it back to Earth is still a mystery, one that might finally be answered in the finale. When Travante recounts this to Jamila, she's heartbroken. Losing Caspar once was bad enough. Hearing that Travante killed him is unbearable. But after Clark Evans talks to her, she chooses forgiveness. She tells Travante to stop running from his guilt and remember everything, because understanding what happened might be the key to ending this war. Her forgiveness reignites Travante's purpose. He's not just fighting to destroy the aliens anymore. He's fighting to make Caspar's sacrifice mean something.
You said this was paradise. Where is it?
Inside the Infinitas cult. Meanwhile, Marilyn Tanner, or Verna, as we now know her, is leading the Infinitas militants deeper into the dead zone. Her mission is the mirror opposite of WDC's. While WDC wants to destroy the aliens, Infinitas wants to protect them. But there's also a personal reason driving her. Her nephew Joel is being held hostage by the WDC. She wants to save him and finish what she believes is a divine mission. Along the way, her team meets up with Conrad, the scout leader from the previous episode. He informs Verna that Carmichael didn't make it, though he conveniently leaves out that he was responsible. And then we see just how far gone Verna and her group have become. When one soldier dares to ask for extra oxygen and question their motives, Conrad just shoots him in the head. Instant execution. Instead of stopping him, Verna backs him up, intimidating the others into silence. Whatever ideals Infinitas once had have now curdled into pure fanaticism. Verna's leadership is no different from a dictatorship. This descent into extremism becomes even clearer later when Verna sacrifices her own nephew. But we'll get to that soon.
Kill Caspar.
Jamila.
What happened next? Come on, think.
The missing bomb. Back at the WDC camp, the team realizes something crucial. The bomb they built is missing. Remember, they'd crafted it using alien shards and dismantled weapons. It's their one shot at destroying the mothership. But Mitsuki had taken it with her when she ventured into the dead zone earlier. Luckily, she remembers exactly where she dropped it and sends the soldiers to retrieve it. They eventually find it, intact and ready. Now that they've got the bomb, the question is, how do they get close enough to use it? Travante steps up with the answer. That blind corridor inside the mothership. It's the one place the aliens couldn't sense him. If they can find it again, they can sneak in, unseen, and plant the bomb directly in the core. It's risky, but it's their only chance.
As the episode nears its end, Mitsuki, Trevante, Nickel, and Jamila prepare to head into the mothership. The plan is clear. Use Travante's knowledge to guide them through the corridor and finish what Caspar started. But here's the catch. What if the aliens wanted Travante to survive? What if that blind corridor isn't so blind after all? The show hints that Travante might have been manipulated into leading humanity right into a trap. The battle at the camp. While the infiltration team moves out, Anisha and Clark Evans stay back at camp to handle another threat, the approaching Infinitas militants. The soldiers set up a trap, wiring the tents with explosives. Sure enough, Verna's forces arrive. Some of her soldiers storm into the tents and are instantly blown to pieces, but Verna survives. Enraged, she orders a full-scale assault. A brutal firefight erupts, with heavy casualties on both sides. The chaos is relentless. Bullets, explosions, screams. It's the most intense ground battle the show's given us all season. During the fight, Anisha gets shot. Clark rushes to her, killing Conrad in the process, but it's too late for him. In one of the show's most shocking moments, Verna, realizing her nephew Joel is being held hostage, shoots him dead herself, preferring to kill him than let the WDC use him as leverage. That's the final nail in her humanity. Whatever empathy Verna once had is gone. She's fully consumed by her delusion that the aliens are humanity's saviors. Then, as the dust settles, Verna tames aim and shoots Clark in the head. He dies instantly. Anisha survives. Her armor took the bullet, but her grief is overwhelming. This is the second time she's lost the man she loves, but this one hits harder. Clark wasn't just a companion, he was her partner, her hope in this nightmare world. By the end of the episode, Anisha stands over his body, swearing revenge on Verna. You can feel the shift. She's done running, done hiding. The finale is going to be personal.
I'm gonna play around.
The setup for the finale. As episode 9 ends, the pieces are in motion for a monumental finale. Mitsuki, Nickel, Trevante, and Jamila stand before the entrance to the mothership, ready to venture inside. Anisha is broken, but furious. Verna is alive and doubling down on her crusade. And somewhere beneath the surface, the aliens, possibly more intelligent, evolved forms, are waiting. The questions hanging over the finale are huge. Can the WDC team actually destroy the mothership? Was Travante's blind corridor a trick by the aliens? Will Mitsuki's new empathy for the aliens make her turn against humanity? And most importantly, what if the aliens' true plan is only just beginning? Invasion has always been less about alien monsters and more about human nature, our divisions, our violence, our stubbornness. Episode 9 hammers that home. The aliens don't need to annihilate us. We're doing a fine job of that ourselves. But there's still one glimmer of hope, the possibility that understanding, not destruction, might be the key. Mitsuki's survival might not be luck. It might be the aliens' invitation to evolve.
Up! I will happily blow this alien-loving traitor's head!
Our nerdy thoughts. Episode 9 of Invasion Season 3 is a strong lead-in to the finale. It balances introspection with action, peeling back the mysteries around Mitsuki and Travante while setting up the final confrontation. The show may not always hit every emotional beat, but its themes of connection, guilt, and survival shine brighter here than ever before. We've got heroes questioning their humanity, villains losing theirs, and an alien threat that's still one step ahead. And if there's one takeaway from this episode, it's that the invasion might not be about domination at all, but transformation. The real question now is who will change first, us or them? That's the full breakdown of Invasion Season 3, Episode 9. What did you think of Clark's death? Do you think Mitsuki is right about the aliens? And do you believe Travante was really meant to escape the mothership, or was he a Trojan horse all along? Drop your theories in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe, because next week we're unpacking the Invasion Season 3 finale. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. See you in the next one. Spoiler Squad.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.